This video is about the most asked about topic, and we're going to address it in this video, which hopefully will be an important part of teaching all of you out there how to deal with underperforming plants. In other words, plants that don't bloom right or look yellow most of the time or don't grow. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Chip and I plan to be doing a lot more videos for you. If you like them, please click on like and click on subscribe and click on the bell so that you'll be notified every Sunday when we post our new videos. I'm a landscape architect, landscape contractor, general engineering contractor, nurseryman, and hopefully I can apply all that experience and education to help you manage your issues in your own garden. One interesting consideration for pruning is if you're trying to promote growth of a plant, then you would want to prune before it puts on new growth in the spring, like during the dormant time and very early spring. That's usually how roses and such are pruned, and trees that you're trying to get to be bigger. But if you want it to not get bigger and it's already too big for the spot, then you wait until it puts on all its growth and then you prune it, because it's that growth through photosynthesis that's going to provide more nourishment to the tree and make it grow more. So we could cut off all that new growth. You're tricking the plant and you're keeping it as small as possible by managing its new growth. This is a mock orange. This is really good representative of what I find a lot of times when people are complaining about plants that aren't performing well. You know, it's not dead, but it looks like it hasn't grown much recently, and it's kind of scraggly looking, and it has a lot of chlorosis, yellow in the leaves. So on this mock orange, we're going to just make some cuts, maybe to shape it up a little bit. Usually a mock orange is a screening shrub, so you can do heading back cuts where we cut it in spots where we cut the branches in half. On a nice tree you would never make a cut like that, but on a screening shrub you can make cuts like that. Try to balance the way it looks, and we'll get a growth right under all of these cuts, and that growth, if we feed it properly, will be full of green, vibrant, lush leaves. Any yellow leaves I would take off, and that's how we prune. We start with our pruning. Once it starts to sprout, we might do some additional pruning, but we're ready now to go to the next step. The problem is too much water or not enough water frequently manifest themselves in the plant in the same way, where you can't tell if it's too much or not enough. And most plants, not every single plant, but most plants like to be kind of moist most of the time, but never in standing water. Maybe the only plant that likes to be in standing water is bald cypress. So the first thing to check is the soil, and you feel right around the root ball. We want to make sure we keep it evenly moist, but not overwater it. And I know that's not exactly an earth-shaking tip, but it's probably the most important thing. The only other item to address is soil. And the neat thing about our John and Bob's line is you can do it in a simple way without knowing exactly what's deficient in the soil, because John and Bob's has a whole, the blend product has just a whole range of things that can maximize the nutrition. We got mycorrhiza, which attaches itself to roots. We've got all kinds of macronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, micronutrients. We got every mineral in the periodic table. And the neat thing about it being organic is you can't over apply it. So you can use this simple concept that I've used every time I've been successful in reviving a plant or a tree. You might see another video we have where we revived a tree everyone was convinced was dead at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. So what we'll do on this mock orange is we'll use heaping. This is a ½ cup measurement, and we'll use heaping ½ cup measurements, and we want to do a really thick layer of our blend. I'm going to put about 8 of these, and that'll be, about 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick. What you do in your own garden will be depending on the size of the plant and its level of health. The sicker it is, the more you want to use. We're going to maximize the effectiveness of that blend with some type of top dressing mulch. I like to use this shredded cedar that is a little bit fibrous, and it knits together so that some gardeners like to blow in your planting areas. This way this stuff sticks and they can't blow it away. It's available in this area. We call it shredded cedar. It doesn't have to be shredded cedar. There's lots of good products. I also like this because it's attractive. So I'm going to put, in this case, about an inch thick. In the garden, I would probably use about 2 inches thick. And be careful to not pile a bunch up on the stem of the plant. You keep it away from the stem of the plant just slightly. If a little bit's there, that's fine. One thing that we've noticed with the top dressing mulch is that when we've tested areas of using our blend and not using top dressing mulch and compared that to using the top dressing mulch, it seems to supercharge our product if we have the mulch over the top of it. Then over time, when we want to, our labels say to make an application every 6 months. You can do it more often if you want, or even less often is sometimes effective. We just do it over the top of the mulch. You don't need to pull the mulch back, and then it takes a little longer to get through the mulch, but that's really how it was formulated. This took over 2 months, a little over 2 months, and you can see the effect is pretty much what I intended. Through pruning and feeding, we made this thing sprout and lots of growth under the cuts, and this new growth will continue to fill out. And mock orange is kind of just a screening shrub with a lot of green, healthy, shiny green growth, which is what we want. It wasn't showing much shiny green growth before. And the whole idea of showing you this is you can do this with plants in the ground. Works very similarly. We have a video or two where we revive a tree, or you can do it in plants in containers where we're pruning, we're feeding, we're watering properly, and then we use the top dressing mulch, and we let all of that go to work, and the result is a revitalized plant.
Hey there, friends. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the bell. If you enjoyed this video, have any questions, or just want to say hi, let us know in the comments below. Want to learn more about our products? Then head over to our website, www.johnandbobs.com.